I guess you just wait for people to show up. I don't know how to... Excuse my phone. Maybe I should put it on silent. If you hear any noises coming from upstairs, it's my daughter. Her grandparents are watching her, and she's just crazy. I'm logging into my computer right now because there are some things that I forgot to mention in my original video. If you haven't seen my original video, I basically went into how I met Justin and kind of briefly discussed our history, and in this live I would like to discuss a little bit more about that. So for me, I got involved in the McKamey Manor research, whatever, back in 2016. My mom had told me about this super interactive haunted house, and it's like living out your own horror movie or whatever, and she was like, we should go. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, this sounds great. You know, I love me a good scare. Like, me and my mom are absolute horror fanatics. We love all things paranormal and all things just scary. I remember being 6 years old and watching Saw in theaters, if that can tell you anything about how I was raised. Until like I looked it up and I went on Russ's YouTube channel and I saw what he did to people. And my mom was 54 at that time and I was just freshly 18, and I was like, this just sounds like a really bad idea. And yeah, so I said, no, we're not doing that. And that's when I just started researching about McKamey Manor and all of that. And I love YouTube. I follow a lot of people on YouTube. I spend a lot of time on YouTube, and suddenly Reckless Ben's video came up, and I watched it, and I heard about the McKamey Manor Exposed group, and I joined it, and that was before it ever popped off. It was like still at like maybe 9,000, 10,000 members, and then the documentary came out on Hulu and it started blowing up. So I started kind of unofficially modding for Justin, and because there's a lot of people in there just saying hateful things about how like Russ is actually a woman and just being like transphobic and like really homophobic in there. I honestly don't know what it is about the haunt community, but there seems to be a lot of that, and it's kind of gross. So yeah, I'd like send him screenshots and be like, you might want to like watch out for this person and delete this person, and yeah, that's kind of how I met Justin. And then if you guys don't know about Lindsay, Carrie Sue, Alexis, I really urge you to join their group. It's called McKamey Manor Backstory, and they go really into depth on their stories on there, and it's hard for me to tell somebody else's story, especially since like my brain is so crowded. I tend to get facts wrong, and I don't want to do that. So yeah, I heard about Lindsay's experience on there and Carrie Sue's experience on there, and how Justin was just completely ignorant to the fact that they were victims as well. Like, long story short, I believe it was Lindsay's abuser got added into the group. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Carrie Sue. Lindsay's abuser got added into the group, and she confronted Justin and was like, no, I'm not about that, like, can you please remove him? And he was like, he basically said no and didn't really give a shit about her experience. And yeah, and then he tried to set them up on like a video chat to like hash things out, but like, I'm not even kidding you, like, I didn't know the whole story. Now I do. Like, that whole entire backstory is just insane. Like, and that anybody would allow a person like that into a place where there are victims. present, it was just disgusting. It was disgusting to me that Justin would allow that and totally dismiss her feelings. Anyway, she made a post about it, and he immediately deleted it and immediately removed her from the group. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've never done a live before. I don't know anything about any of this. But yeah, I'm just going on my the backstory of how I met Justin and how I came to realize that he was a terrible person. And then there's another woman named Alexis. If you haven't heard her story, she went through Kate Silvis, and her tour got taken really personal, and she came out with cigarette burns. Her eyes were literally they looked like they were bleeding, and she was just covered in burns and just absolutely terrible things that happened to her, and it made me so sad. And she and Lindsay ended up making a group on their own to spread the word about what happened to both of them, and they shared it in McKamey Manor Exposed, and I was like, huh, what's this? And I looked over there, and there was concrete proof that a couple of these people, Brandon and Justin, were total pieces of shit and were hiding a lot of things, a lot of dark secrets with each other. And I joined their group, and this is so stupid. I will look for the post right now. I have my computer right here. I'm logged in. I will look for it right now. I made a comment saying something along the lines of, oh, Justin thinks it was the documentary that he thinks the documentary made the letter from the AG go out to Russ, and I just kind of did a laughing emoji. I'm trying to find it right now. Where's the original post? I really want to show you guys. Oh, I think this is it. Yeah, it is. Okay. Let me flip this little thing around. Am I allowed to flip it while I'm live? Thank God. Anyway, somebody posted, ignore that my protection is expired. Somebody posted a copy of the letter from the AG to Russ, and here are the comments. Where are the comments? Here they are. And I said, Justin is trying to say that the Hulu doc is why the AG is looking into it. Multiple news sources say it was due to a petition. And originally I had replied to my own comment and said that I was wrong in my facts, because it was the Hulu documentary that got the AG's attention, and I ended up posting that I was wrong, and I deleted it because I don't take that back. I deleted it after he did this. He publicly tagged me in a post on McKamey Manor Exposed saying that basically the AG himself states twice about the Hulu documentary, you're making yourself look stupid, and just started going off about Carrie when Carrie wasn't really a part of the original post. He screenshotted my thing and just basically called out me and Katie to all of his group members and tried to get them to dogpile us. And that's kind of where the harassment started with Justin. He made it his mission to ruin my life after that, and that was just a simple comment, so you can imagine what other people are going through right now. And I really wanted to go live because I forgot to mention this in my video, but my original purpose in talking shit about Justin was to stand up for the original victims, and in that I became a victim myself. And just because he brought my child into it doesn't make anybody's trauma or abuse less than. It doesn't make mine more important because the child's involved. All of us are equal. And I really wanted to state that. I started out by defending these people. and like protecting their name, because Justin was also running them through the dirt. And yeah, all I did was make a silly little comment and he just went crazy. Literally crazy. If you haven't seen my original video, I show all of the messages between me and Justin. It's on YouTube. It's posted in this group. I urge you to go look at that, because it shows like how I never responded to him until he got my child involved. And there's like multiple scrolls of messages from him that I like never even opened. I also sorry, I have points written down here. What did you do? Yes. A lot of people have been asking me, a lot of people have been claiming that the Justin profile that has been messaging me and harassing me is actually Miranda under an alt account. That's crazy. I can see how people think that though, so I'm just going to do everybody a favor here, because people on Reddit have asked me to do this, and people in the YouTube comments have asked me to do this, and I totally spaced it when I made my original video. Let me turn around. See, he's still messaging me. This was last night. All the messages are still there. That was me replying to him after he got my child involved. The pictures of my family that he screenshotted from my Facebook profile. A bunch of crazy stuff. Okay, let me click on his little profile here. View profile. Justin Wolfstar. Let's click out the chat here. I think this is Justin. You know, like this is not a alt account. You guys saw me click that, right? You guys saw me click on his profile from the chat, so you know I didn't just like pull this up from a different tab, followed by 504 people. That's definitely not alt-like. Here's the link to his Facebook profile. I will do it again. Star. Okay, here's the chat. Here's the chat. Click on that. View profile. Takes me right back to here. So that's out of the way. That's out of the way now. Here's another question I got. Why aren't you going on McKamey Manor Exposed and explaining yourself? As much as I'd really like to, I feel like I have the majority vote at this point. I think I've gotten a lot of people to see that he is just a liar and a manipulator. I can't have his profile up here looking at me. Oh my god, it's enraging me. I look over there and he's standing, he's right there staring back at me. I'm like, no! But like, after my last video, I really feel like I have nothing to prove to anybody. Like, I feel like most of the people in the McKamey Manor Exposed groups are really just him. I feel like he's just in there having conversations with himself on alt accounts. As crazy as that sounds, it is true that he has done that, and he is doing that currently. But yeah. As for the Peter Franks account, I know a lot of people wanted me to speak on that. People think he's also Miranda under an alt account. No. I did have a plan with Brandon Vance on getting the IP address of that account. But I did realize that it was like the middle of the night when we made this plan, right? And I woke up the next morning, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm working with the enemy. What I'm doing is not right. Like, I was very selfish in doing that, and I didn't take into account how Alexis or Lindsay or anybody would feel with me, about me collaborating with him, basically. So, even though it would provide me with a lot of, like, evidence, and he's very knowledgeable about that kinds of stuff, and he would be able to help me, I decided not to do that because I care about my friends, and I respect my friends, and I don't ever want to make them feel some sort of way because I'm talking to their abuser. You know. So, yeah, he messaged me today trying to finish that out, and I'm not even responding. Anyway, here's probably what y'all came for. This morning, I got a knock on my door. I was taking a nap, actually. And I live with my parents because economy these days, am I right? My mom came upstairs and was like, the FBI is here, Courtney. And my husband next to me, he's like, this is just a dream, go back to sleep. He sleep talks all the time. He's like, this is just a dream, go back to sleep. I'm like, this is not a dream. So I left him sleeping in bed, and I went downstairs. First thing, like, never had coffee, didn't eat breakfast. I went to the phone store for a little bit and came back home to get a new battery. But, like, so the FBI is there, and they want me to explain everything and in detail, and they took my phone and they scrolled through it a little bit. Yeah, I have to be really careful about what I say, because it's basically an open, unfinished investigation. They did say that since they were pretty much empty threats, that they're not sure if there's anything that they can go on, but they're definitely going to look into it for me. They're helping me get a lawyer for this, so I can go for a suit for emotional damages. I've explained to my in-laws already, and basically my husband's grandpa is willing to pay for that because he cares about our family, and he's got money. We're a single income family. I am starting school next month to go into nursing, and we just don't have a whole lot of money split between all of us. But we're working on that. But yeah, once the FBI goes into that, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm gonna ask them for the proof that the Peter Frank's profile is Justin's profile. And I'm pretty sure the proof will be in the pudding on that one. I did warn the FBI that, I did warn the officers, saying that he is a liar and a manipulator, and anything that comes out of his mouth is just untrue. I mentioned a lot of things to him. It was very scrambled because I was just half awake. But it felt really validating, because I was talking with somebody in the group, and I was like, how do I get their attention? Because I hadn't received a reply from my report to the FBI. I was like, how do I get their attention? I'm like, can you help me find, like, a phone number, an email, or something to get a hold of them? And all there was like, resubmit a report, and, like, add more to it by doing this and that and the other. And I was like, that's not what I want. Like, I want them to contact me. And then I wake up this morning and they're at my door. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can share on the FBI thing. Sorry. Just know that they are involved. They're helping me find a lawyer that will, what am I trying to say? That will defend me in court. And, yeah, some action is being taken on that. What other questions do I have? Oh, yeah, I really, really wanted to believe that Chris Smith was a good guy. because the way he responded to me was very nice. And I really wanted to go into the way that Brandon responded to me as well, if people haven't seen that post. But yeah, Chris was very polite with me. He helped me out a lot. He told me some, like, helpful information about Justin and all that. And him and Brandon are really tight. And I knew deep down that, like, I shouldn't trust him because of how tight they are. And if you don't know, Brandon was, or is, the owner of Catus Silvis, and played a really big part in silencing Alexis after her tour. And they went live on their YouTube channel, I think it was last night, and Alexis was like, how about we stop, like, exposing Justin, right, and we expose the other monster that's hiding amongst us, Brandon. And Chris deleted all of her comments from the live, and that just kind of made me lose faith that he was a good person. I'm tired of this going undiscussed is my deal. Like, my story got a lot of traction, I got a lot of sympathies, and I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful for all of you who have messaged me, all of you who have helped me in any sort of way. I really appreciate that. There was the longest time that I would tell my story and people would tell me, oh, Justin would never do that, he doesn't have the time for that. He does, and thankfully the majority of people believe me now. The people in MME, I'm not even concerned about. I honestly don't even think they're real. They're not real people. Oh, my browser's not responding, and it crashed. I'm trying to pull up these messages from Brandon because I'm not going to stay quiet about this. I'm going to hit my vape off the camera. Promise I'm not smoking meth or anything. I don't do that anymore. I'm a recovering addict, by the way. So yeah, I do have experience with, like, public speaking, but, like, when it comes to, like, speaking to a camera, I feel really fucking awkward. So sorry. Let me find these messages. Hold on. I'm gonna try to hide the plan he has for getting proof that Peter Franks is Justin. I'm gonna try to hide that from you guys because I don't want him finding it and being like, knowing ahead of time that they're going to get that evidence. I'm gonna let him do what he will with that, but I'm not gonna play any part in this plan on how to dupe Justin into anything. I don't want anything to do with Justin. I don't want to contact him. I don't want to even look at his post. Like, he made some kind of reaction video to my first video, and I guess it was just insanity. And I knew it was going to be. I'm like, I don't even want to look at that. Don't even want to hear his grating, nasally, nerdy voice. Okay. Let's see here. I came with the receipts. Excuse me. Where did it go? Excuse these cables. I don't ever use this computer. Why is this happening to me? Sorry. Somebody say hi in the chat or something. I feel so lonely. Quick interlude while my computer decides to, like, take a shit on me. Okay. Brandon Vance. My first message to him. Mind you, this was, like, literally 5 minutes after the whole child corn thing came up. I'm trying to keep this censored so I can post it onto YouTube. And I was pissed, rightfully so. So here's my message. Come get your boy. He posted my 1-year-old baby girl on a child porn site. This was back when I believed that he actually did it. Now I believe that he was just bluffing, trying to get a reaction out of me. Why would you support this guy? I will pull you under with him for helping hide his true nature and silencing victims. I've never threatened him or any of his family. All I've done is post my honest experience with him after he switched up on me for a fact I got wrong about the letter from the AG, and I admitted I was wrong. These are our messages in entirety. I never deleted anything. I didn't even respond until recently when he decided to bring my literal baby into it. I don't give a shit if he did it or didn't do it. The fact that he even said he did is sick. I honestly don't care about the Kate Silva shit right now, but continuing to support this man publicly while he's doing this to me and my baby is wrong. I've included messages from when we were cordial acquaintances too, to show that he switched on me so quick. And this is a screen recording of all of my messages between me and him. When did he send those last messages? The video is low quality and difficult to make out the date. Last night. This is when he snapped. Be a decent mother and call the cops on him. Don't come unsolicited into my DMs with your threats. 1, he is not my boy. I don't have a boy. 2, you will not blackmail me. That is a crime. What? 3, you and your hive-minded little echo chamber have dragged my name through the dirt over malicious and defamatory lies already. 4, if you want a civil convo, apologize and start this conversation again. Finally, no one supports going after anyone's kids. Mind you, when I sent the exact same message to Chris, he was really understanding, and he said if anybody ever came after his child, he would react the same way. Sorry. And I say, I will not apologize for protecting and loving my child fiercely. I said the same exact thing to Chris, and after he said his response, very polite, might I say, I thanked him and apologized for going at the throat. Then he told me he understood because he'd react the same way if it comes to his kids. Maybe you don't have any and you would never understand. In fact, I did go to the police this morning. I was turned away to the Internet Crime Complaint Center and have contacted a lawyer as I expected since he lives halfway across the country. I have not created a single post involving you. Chill out. At this point, I had only defended Alexis in her comments. I never made a post calling him out or anything. So he kind of made it all about himself. Where is my mouse? Hello? Oh, there you are. I'm after Justin because surprisingly enough, my child isn't the only child he's done this to. I'm tired of people fucking shunning me and telling me Justin is a saint when he's pulling this shit with upwards of 15 alt accounts I've counted so far. I have seen the disgusting filth written about me in that group. Believe it or not, none of it is true. I am a human as well. Do you support that? Do you see me sending you threatening messages unsolicited? I will not chill out. When your first and only message to me is a threat, I never said he was a saint, and obviously I don't support that crap. You don't need a lawyer to do this. He's just giving me legal advice. I haven't seen anything about you proving it to be untrue or trying to protect your image, as have many others, which leads us to believe your silence is pretty damning. That's all I'll say on that. It's not my war to be won. Well, now it is. I have pretty big plans legally, actually. Good, go in head first. I have been over transparent. I have welcomed anyone to call, text, message, email, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, any question or concern they have. Only one has. Only one. To me, that is far more damning, as it objectively proves it isn't about the truth. It's about the vile and disgusting narrative. Who cares that these lies affect other people, right? Disgusting. That group is nothing more than selfish internet bullies that think they are entitled to my time and effort to respond publicly to their harassment. And this is when he's like, I know you hate me, but will you help me? But yeah, did you guys not see that where I gave him a completely I invited him please prove me wrong, prove Alexis wrong. And he didn't. He just continued to bitch about it. If it were me, I'd be here's this and this and this and this, proving that I'm in the right. But he didn't. and he has never done so publicly. He claims like he's like, oh, just message me, message me if you want to know the truth, message me if you want to know the truth. When somebody says message me if you want to know the truth, it leads me to believe that manipulation is happening behind the scenes, you know, instead of just making a post and like going bullet point by bullet point what the facts are. I feel like that'd be way easier than messaging a bunch of people, you know. So it just kind of screams guilty to me. I fully believe Alexis and her story. She's got enough proof to show anybody. You can join their group, McKamey Manor Backstory. If you want to learn more. Justin is still harassing Miranda to this day. He's still harassing me. He thinks I'm fucking kidding about getting a lawyer. He thinks I'm kidding about the FBI. He thinks that he's gonna get away with this. And let me be the first one to tell you, like, he is not going to get away with this. It is sick. And like, I don't know what's going on in his group, but like, the whole racist, homophobic, transphobic whole deal thing they got going on there is not cute. And I want to publicly say that I do not condone that. If you are going to contact Justin for any reason, like, don't, just don't. If anybody comes to you saying that, like, or if anybody comments saying that, like, my screenshots are fake or da-da-da-da-da, I showed you guys the organic screenshots, all of them, and from a computer, you know. So you have every right to defend me if that is what you want to do. But yeah, this whole thing has just been exhausting. I really wanted to go live and kind of go a little more in depth about like what really pissed Justin off, and how I pissed him off in the first place. It wasn't really like a drama thing. It was literally like an abuser inflicting harm on somebody kind of thing. And it all started out with me defending my friends, and he decided that I would be an easy target. He thought I was going to quit after he harassed me, but I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit until I see some sort of result, and I'm starting to see that already. Our group is growing really fast, and thank you guys for joining. Especially if you're new here, like, I encourage you to scroll through the group and read all the posts and just see what there is to see, you know. It's really sad that it has to come to the FBI, and he complains about me not blocking him when he could just block me, and I'm not even responding to him or really reading his messages anymore. And I'm not gonna block him because, like, even the detective said don't do that because I can't talk about it. Just don't do it. FBI has pretty much said not to do it, and I have their contact information for anything else that happens. I'm trying to tiptoe around it because, like, I really don't want to ruin what's about to happen. Anyway, thank you guys for hearing me out yet again. I appreciate you taking time to listen. I appreciate you all for having my back throughout this. I really, really, really appreciate it, because for the longest time there was nobody but me and Miranda and Alexis and Carrie Sue and Gabby. You know. But for the longest time nobody, like, in that group really listened to what any of us had to say, and I'm just really grateful for that. I'm grateful for the people who care about my daughter and care about my family, and you know, it means a lot. But yeah, just wanted to go in depth, have a little chat. My daughter's doing great. I'm doing great. I'm not even really, like, fazed by it anymore. It was pretty, like, consuming at first, but now I know when I need to take a step back and just let it be. And right now I'm just kind of taking a step back and letting Justin dig his own grave, I guess. you know, I'm trying to be the bigger person and try to prove that, like, I'm not just some, like, internet drama, you know, like they're trying to say about Miranda, how she's Courtney's valid, but Miranda's just a drama starter. Like, could you not? Like, Miranda's not a drama starter. She is as much as a victim as I am in this whole situation. And I honestly believe that, like, nobody's really trying to start drama except for Justin here. All we're trying to do is spread awareness to make sure nobody else gets harmed by this man. And especially children. If you have children, do not reach out to this man. Do not contact this man. He's, whether you like to believe it or not, he is dangerous. He does, like, prove himself to be really dumb in some cases, but he definitely has the capability to be dangerous. Especially, like, since, like, I talk about this all the time, but he had CP, like, on his mind. Like, where did that come from, you know? Like, it's just like, oh, I wish I could climb into his brain and figure out why he is the way he is, but that's out of my control. I really hope that he seeks help. He's in a mental health crisis right now, if that isn't obvious. I really hope that, like, somebody in his family intervenes. I hope this thing that's happening in the future, kind of, like, his family's there to see it, so they understand the weight and the severity of all of this. But yeah, it's really sad, to be honest. Really sad that, like, he really needs that attention so much that he's willing to just make up, like, the weirdest amount of bullshit I've ever seen in my life. And I'm an ex-addict. I've heard all the bullshit in the world. Like, this man tops it all. The delusion, the selfishness, all of it, he just tops it all, and I never thought that could be topped. But yeah, I don't know, I think that's enough for now. Maybe I'll go live again, and yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I hope you have a great night and get some great sleep. And Christmas is a week away. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Like, let me just brag a little bit. The past 10 years, like, I've only had, like, it's been me, my mom, and my brother. And my daughter's here now, because all my family passed away, and my daughter's here now, and, like, she's got me so fucking excited for Christmas. Her birthday's the day after Christmas, too, so it's gonna be, like, a whole week of celebrating. It's gonna be great. So, yeah. When you lose hope, something will spark it back up again, if you just be patient. Because I never thought I was going to have a child. I never thought I was going to be able to. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. If you didn't get to see the beginning of it, I'm about to get off right now, and it'll re-upload, and you'll get to scroll all the way back to the beginning and listen to it all over again. Because you just love my voice so much.